Okay, I made the mistake of making a video, first five questions answered, in which I said the first five people that asked me questions, I would
もう
answer
少し
them.
我慢してくだ
I
さい。
should have
すぐ
realized
に
my
戻ります。
subscriber base is a bunch of smartasses. It's like dealing with precocious, hyperactive children. I'm scrolling down the
コ
video
ルセットで
comments
内臓が出た
and
女
doing
性
it
はい
that
ま
way,
せん
so
でし
these
た。
are not in the order they were posted. The first question is from the Mimsical Whimsy. If you were stranded on an island and could only have one food, one kind of drink, one book, and one piece of music, what would you choose? Now you notice that she doesn't even suggest that there would be a way for me to listen to this piece of music.
Food. I think probably the best food, because it would be probably one of those tiny little desert islands. The best food would probably be some sort of seaweed, particularly I don't know what variety it is, but the kind they make sushi nori out of, because I think that that would. It has a pretty good protein content and it's got a lot of good vitamins and minerals in it, and it can be cooked and prepared and dried and so on in various ways, in various consistencies, so that it wouldn't be completely boring and it would probably be totally nutritious. And I'd probably cheat and eat a coconut once in a while or a fish because I don't obey rules. One kind of drink. Oh, it'd have to be coffee. One book and one piece of music. I'm not sure about the piece of music because I've got so much music in my head. I could be whistling and humming and singing music all day. But probably it would be Beethoven's ninth or seventh or fifth symphonies. Any Beethoven symphony that's an odd number is one that I usually like better than the even numbered ones. I don't know why. One book. Oh, the book is really easy. I would have a some sort of an encyclopedia electronica that is a do-it-yourself manual of how to build a computer from raw elements. I mean, I'd be on a desert island, so there'd be plenty of sand, so I could make silicone chips and so on and so forth. So that, and I'm sure I could dive under the sea and mine minerals. And but I would like to be able to build a computer and my own Wi-Fi because I can amuse myself totally in my head without books. But it would be nice to have access to the internet.
The Green Machine said, I like these questions. I'm terrible at coming up with random questions, so I'll refrain so someone more skilled can ask question number five.
Well, I kind of wish you'd ask the question because the stuff they left me, Greenie, I'm telling you.
Assalamu alaikum. Do you speak cat? Have they taught you to purr yet?
I speak a version of cat. I seem to have serious speech impediments because I have difficulty making myself understood. However, cats are a lot smarter than humans, so they understand me when I speak in both English and Spanish, and even when I just make weird vocables and grunting sounds. So I sort of speak cat. There was a cat in the crib with me when I was a baby, so that's 57 years worth of cats. I'm pretty good at it. No, I do not know how to purr. And you asked two questions. Hmm.
Oh, Ange, who didn't actually post this here, but I know Ange from Facebook. Well, I was going to ask you what you have against squirrels with all your cat pictures and no squirrel pictures of awesomeness.
You know, actually have to agree with you, Ange. I think that the LOL cat movement is extremely speciesist. I think that other animals are absolutely, totally underrepresented. And I have to agree that I'm being a lazy thinker by showing a prejudice toward cats. But then, see the question I just answered above. I do agree that squirrels have a tremendous potential as LOL squirrels, as do polar bears. I would also suggest that there are millions of varieties of insects that we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of, even fleas.
Atheist Psychonaut asks, does Tesla Cat hold the keys to free energy for all if we keep someone petting him in an area with a dry climate?
You know, somebody invented a perpetual motion machine. It was on the internet years ago. I'll see if I can find a graphic for it that involves a cat and a piece of buttered toast. What you do is you take a cat standing on all four legs and you strap around its back a piece of buttered toast, butter side up. And as we all know, when toast falls on the floor, it always falls butter side down. So you take, and cats always land on their feet, right? So you take the cat and you throw it off of a very tall building with the toast on it. The cat is going to want to land with its feet down. the toast is going to want to land butter side down. So it's a continuously rotating device that you can hook up like a turbine to. It will never hit the ground because the cat can't land on his feet and the toast can't land butter side down.
Oh, but does Tesla cat
All
hold?
kittens hold the key to free energy for all. Come on, please. You absolutely know that. No static electricity required.
Okay, Koki Pirate asked probably the most hostile question of the group because I think he knew that I would have trouble answering this. If life was a hamster and there was nothing you could do about it, what would you say?
Koki Pirate, I've been thinking about this for weeks, and you have no evidence to prove that life is not a hamster. In fact, there are some arguments that could be made depending on how you're defining life. If you mean your individual existence from the time you were born until the time you die, or do you mean humanity's experience of reality throughout time? It's a little bit of a wishy-washy definition thing. You should have defined your terms better. However, I'm just going to say that we have no evidence that life is not a hamster, and that there is some evidence that life could indeed be a hamster because life is frenetic and nervous, tends to reproduce too quickly at random, and hoards things in its cheeks. As far as if I could do nothing about it, well, I can't do anything about the life I'm in right now, and it may indeed be a hamster. So, I mean, if you mean life by reality is what you mean by life, I can't do anything about it anyway, so I would just say, party on, dude.
Shut up and sleep with me, come on, why don't you sleep with me? Shut up and sleep with me, come on,
And Gokster said, there's no question for public, with a bunch of exclamation points. You know I'm a bad commenter, but a regular watcher.
Well, actually, I didn't know that you are a regular watcher, and I'm flattered and honored, sir. And I can only speculate on the question that you would not ask for the public if it has something to do with my sex life.
Yes, frequently. I don't feel the need for it. Not particularly opposed to that either. When I can find one, slowly at first and building up speed and pressure. Never on a horse. I think 25 was the maximum, and not with peanut butter.
Well, thank you for asking questions. I want you to start thinking about your questions for November because it's almost November and I'm not going to put out another video on this subject. As you can tell, I've been inundated with projects such as
Bees, kittens, creatures, philosophy, trolls, spacecraft, Australian pasta, video editing equipment, Mormon superpowers, and flea markets.
So please start thinking of your 5 questions for November and put a little elbow grease in it this time, people. Come on. Thank you. Bye.